Composer Gloves here, and today we are going to be doing sound design with Harmor, and we're specifically going to be approaching the auto wah type lead. So a lead that goes wah 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 all on its own. I don't have anything prepped because it's a pretty simple concept. It's all about either using an envelope or an LFO. So we could go to, so I'm going to use a filter. So the idea is you turn on a parameter on and off, and you can go about this two ways. One would be sort of a bass design sort of way, which would be the LFO typical way where it's continuously going wah 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 wah. One would be you hook this up to what you do is you go link to controller, you link it to a controller, and then you go, and that would be fine. But that's not technically automatic, but that would be the way to really get the wahs you exactly want. And then there's one more that is edit articulator, and you could turn the frequency on. So we come over here and do something like this. So maybe that's not fast enough. So you could do some chords like that. Now, the way you'd want to manipulate this, let's open this up because I rarely do. You take the width up, so it's not so dramatic, or you could have a really sharp one. And then the resonance, of course, controls the volume at the cutoff value for those frequencies. So you see really wide resonance, sort of undesirable double cone. Now, it's important to realize that these maximum and minimum values are dictated by whatever this is. So at 0, this always starts at off. But if I put it up quite a ways, it starts at this middle value and then goes up. That's what I was thinking of when I thought of auto wah. Now, what else could we do to make this more interesting? Well, first let's get a lead sound that we like. Lead sounds for me when I'm just playing them by themselves are gonna have reverb of some kind. If you look at my track Reggae Dub, that one doesn't have a ton of reverb on it. So if I come over here to let's distort it. Now it's a lot less obvious our auto wah is going on. So let's go to the edit articulator again. Let's make it more obvious, yeah. Let's make this a high pass. Very interesting. So high pass, of course, works the other way. It's kind of cool. You can see the shape. But, now you might not want it to be that extreme, right? So we're going to come right here. Now, what would be interesting is if we put edit articulator and turn the harmonizer on. It sort of mixes with it. Let's take a look at where it is. Our harmonizer is before our filter, so I want it to be filtered. So I moved it after the filter. If you want a square series, you just more of a square series. So that's kind of an interesting deal. Let's turn this up. Maybe we'll do a bigger one. Nope, bad idea. Bad idea. Turn the filters. So we come in here. Maybe a bandpass is what you want. Now this is a really sharp width, so. So not necessarily a wah. Go into the edit articulator. If we want a wah with a bandpass filter, you have to go up and down. So it'd be kind of cool. Let's do. That'd be kind of a neat sound. Cool way to maybe create a sequencer. So these need to be far far, in my opinion, a bit faster. Maybe more extreme. Whenever I get sounds like this, I hear "feed me" because you hear it. What is that? Lonely tree or lonely forest? Something about a lonely mountain. I believe it's called Lonely Mountain. Anyways, man, this is what this is. This sound without the wah. You could totally tell it's Harmor. It's Harmor. It's Harmor. It's Harmor. It's Harmor. It's Harmor. So okay. Another thing we could do is we could edit the articulator. Oh, you can't do that here. Well, I could think of ways to do it externally with additional controllers because you can automate, you can link it to a controller. So let's, but yeah, anyways, hopefully you're getting the picture. You get the idea. You use this and you use envelopes to create various wahs. And it's a really nifty way to sort of create leads. Now these sounds tend to be sounds that you put in a track after you sort of have an idea of what you want. Maybe you're trying to emulate something or just be creative. We could even do something like this and take the panning way down. And bring the pitch variation, create edit articulator, and we could turn this down too to add to our effect. Bring it closer up. So we still could play it technically. So it's just an interesting thing. With this would be kind of cool if we turn. And then we could automate it with a second filter. And it'd be interesting to do this in parallel. Do the high pass. What would be interesting is if we did that and we did a sequence type deal. So if we came, let's just do a basic chord progression. A, C, E, and then we'll go to F, then to G, then to E. And we'll take there, we'll do that. Okie dokie. And we'll automate the volume on this guy. We'll automate this too. So we're going to automate the high pass, create an automation clip, and we're going to automate the volume, create automation clip. Cool. And so we're going to take the high pass off as we go. And then we're going to do something like this. Do. Whoops. Ah, dang it. I hate it when I do that. Doon. And then I'll go ahead and just repeat that figure for the majority of it. There's interesting ways to even manipulate this. So I don't want to select anything. Okay, there we go. Do bump, 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 and we could take the I'm gonna leave that right where it's at. And okay, let's see what we got. It's actually a pretty cool sound. Like, it's pretty atmospheric. Well, now I'm gonna break my rule because sounds made. I'm gonna add reverb. to this thing, and it's on the master, and I'm not going to make a track with this. I'm going to leave it on the master. I'm going to turn the wet dry. I'm going to just turn this whole thing on. I'm going to create an automation clip for the mix. I'm moving kind of fast, but this is a more advanced series where it's more about the ideas than the technical details of what I'm doing. Okay, so gosh dang it, this selection knob defeats me. Okay, come on. Oh, I did it. Oh, there we go. Whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat. Here we go. Now, this is just right off the bat, it's just too loud, but. It'd be kind of cool. Now, the high end is a little bright. Let's bring the high end down. Add that kind of a curve, just a gentle thing. And then let's add some drums in to sort of get a feel. And we could even do this. Now, of course, I would mix my own because it's just easier and better and more creative just to do it that way. But more plugins, find fruity free filter. It should have been on there already. I'm going to make it a high pass, and we're going to create an automation clip for this. I'm going to bring it in. It will arrive here, and that'll be the end of that. So, and it's going to arrive rather suddenly. So something like that, because I don't want it to give way right before, you know? Oh, dang it. Whatever. Problem solved. Very interesting. Definitely some potential here. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe and have a blessed day. Honestly, this is TDR Nova. It's a free dynamic EQ. So this thing blew my mind that this is even free. Like pretty crazy to me that this is a free thing. So if you're in need of an EQ, this is like the answer. If you're now CPU wise, this may not be the most friendly